Go.
Hi there, I'm Stephen Schwager. I'm the garden manager at the Marin Art and Garden Center. We're a nonprofit public garden located in Ross Valley here in Marin County, California. And today's video is going to be getting you ready for the holidays. We're going to be making holiday spice bitters. And make sure you go to our website, maringarden.org, and you could check out Stacy Camp. She's our event manager there, and she's going to teach you to make a cocktail with the bitters that we're making today. So bitters have a long history. Probably for hundreds of years they've been made. They originally began as a digestive aid and an aid for overall good health. So a lot of what they feature are certain roots and barks, and they get the name bitters because a lot of these ingredients are bitter. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with those ingredients to give us the background flavors, and then we're going to be adding some nice additions that kind of hide some of the bitterness, but also make this much more of a festive tasting drink. So to begin with, we're going to start with our bitter components. We're going to take a 32-ounce jar. I like a mason jar because they seal tightly because you're going to need to shake this later. And first thing we're going to do is weigh out some of the cherry bark. So to do this, turn your scale on, place the bowl on top of it, hit 0, which will tear it out, and then we're going to measure in kilograms. Now I like to use a scale when I'm measuring these ingredients because they're so irregular, and if you were to measure them with a tablespoon or teaspoon, you wouldn't exactly know how much you're going to get. And we're not using very much of any one thing because they do have a strong taste. So we're going to start with 5 grams of the wild cherry bark. We're going to add 3 grams of cut dried gentian bark. We're going to add 3 grams of chopped dried dandelion root, 3 grams of dried cut angelica. So the next thing we're going to add are some of the spices. We add the spices, again, because this is a holiday spice bitters, but also because their strong flavor helps make the bitters more palatable. So we're going to start with 6 broken up sticks of cinnamon. Then we're going to add 8 allspice berries and 2 whole cloves. So this is 2 tablespoons of dry brown mustard seed. This, because it's so small and the shapes are so regular, you can measure these with a tablespoon. Now to add a greater depth of flavor, we're going to be adding some different fruits and other botanical items. We have the rind of 1 lemon. We have 12 slices of chopped dried mango. Don't get the pre-sweetened kind. Sometimes it's sugared. You don't want that because we are putting in a 1/2 cup of chopped candied ginger and 8 slices of fresh ginger. So you're going to have to push it down a little bit because the cinnamon makes like a foundation and it's not allowing everything to pass down. But as things soften and you shake it every day, it'll mix up quite nicely. So now we're going to add the last ingredient for flavor, which is the vanilla bean. So you simply cut it in half the long way and then cut it in half again. Now I know a lot of times for baking it says scrape out the seeds, but you don't need to do that for this because it sits in the alcohol for so long. The seeds will come out on their own, also with the shaking. So next we're going to add the alcohol, which is what's going to draw the flavors out of all the ingredients. We use Everclear. This is 120 proof. It's the strongest proof you can get here in California. If you can find 150 or 151, that's even better because it does a better job of distilling the flavors out of all the different ingredients. So we're going to add 2 cups of Everclear. And a half cup of bourbon. The bourbon also adds to the depth of flavor, so it's a nice little addition in there. Now, the ingredients are not totally covered, so I'm just going to take a little more Everclear just to top it off so that everything's covered up. Cover it tightly. Make sure you cover it tightly because you don't want it to spill when you shake it. And give it a good shake. And then put it away on the countertop or someplace where it's not going to get a lot of light. Room temperature is best. You don't want it too cool. So those are our bitters. Here's a batch that I made about a week ago. Oh yeah, and taste them after 5 days or so and see if they're to your liking. And if you want them to have a little stronger flavor, go ahead and leave them a few more days. So I've already prepared my strainer. There's 3 pieces of dampened cheesecloth in here. And what you're going to do is simply just pour everything out. You may have to help a little bit. Or a lot of it. You want to make sure you get all the liquid out. And some of it becomes trapped in between the layers of fruit and some of the spices. So then you gather up the cheesecloth and you give it a little bit of a squeeze. So I like to strain the bitters twice, just because I like it clear, but you don't have to. You can use it as is, especially if you're using it for yourself rather than a gift. Then it might not matter as much to you. So again, I'm using 2 layers of cheesecloth, or 3. It's been dampened. And also, the longer you let this sit, the clearer it would be. So I've made it a simple syrup. It's 2 cups of sugar to 1 cup of water. And we're going to add 3 tablespoons of that. It gives it a little body, and it also, the touch of sweetness enhances the flavors of the spice and the fruit. So now we're going to get these ready to use. Little gift bottles you can get at Michael's or someplace. Oh, and some of these ingredients can be hard to find, but I found a place in Berkeley and San Pablo, so there's 2 locations called Las Sakarnak. They sell all of the roots and barks that you would need to make this. So we have our bitters here. I'm going to deliver these to Stacy, and she's going to teach you how to make a cocktail with it. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays. Be sure to visit our website, maringarden.org. Have a great day.